Hello and welcome back to another video on this channel. My name is Toby, aka Randale und Hurra, and today we're trying something new. I hopped on our Discord earlier today and asked the community for games they want to see reviewed. The Discord is linked below if you haven't joined already. I recommend doing so. It's a very good place to interact and talk with the community. Also get some useful tips for your games or strategies. And yeah, for this video, I asked for some games from the community. And as you can already see in the background, Eager Giraffe 72 sent a game to me. And I will have a look. Let's see how this goes. I'm back to 680 elo, sorry. So I think I might be able to give some useful tips for Eager Giraffe to improve their gameplay. And yeah, if you like it, I might do this more often. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you think this is a good format for videos. Yeah, let's jump right in. I hope this will not be too long because obviously I could say something about every move, but I will try to highlight only the main moves I think that are wrong or are very, very good. And yeah, I will say what I would have done differently maybe, but I can't comment on every single move. And Eagle Giraffe has an elo of 210, played against EMEV33 here with 400 elo. So uphill battle for Eagle Giraffe here. And kind of an unusual format because they can choose between two maps. So I guess we have asymmetrical maps here. But yeah, why not? After all, it's how the game was designed by Feuerland and Matthias Wigge. And only the competitive play on BGA is now with symmetrical maps. So right now we have the choice between Commercial Harbor and Ice Cream Parlor. Personally, I love ICP and would choose it over Commercial Harbor every day of the week. But that's not what Eager Giraffe was asking for. So let's see what they chose. EMEV chose map 6. So this is Research Institute, and Eagle Giraffe went for Commercial Harbor. Yeah, arguably could be the stronger map because of the ×2 on the floor. And also usually you don't get into too many money problems, although that can also be said for ICP. So let's see, we are on Commercial Harbor, we have Africa, Primates, and Predators as a project. Very interesting. Primates, obviously, in marine worlds, a very decent species with all the monkey gang abilities. And for action cards, we have two sponsors actions, sunbathing and marketing, and Assoc, hire Assoc. So one could argue that you will get a decent sponsor card back anyway. So you could go for the Assoc card here, but I don't like the Assoc cards, so I would go for probably marketing sponsors because it's just, it can be game winning if you have sponsors, a constant flow of sponsors, and can use the break action to market those sponsors. But sunbathing sponsors is also decent. Giraffe went for marketing sponsors. Let's see what we get back. Very nice, clever cards. And dupe Assoc. Yeah. easy decision for me, clever cards here. And they also take it. So we keep the sponsor and cards action. I would be happy with the start. But let's see what the starting hand says. Also note that we have some minor improvements to the interface. Shout out to Tisaak here. You get a counter for your small, medium-sized, free size, and large animals. And we start with an African monkey, instant keep. We start with guided school tours, also very nice, I think. Apart from that, nothing that jumps to the eye for me. Sea turtle tank, obviously nice with 2 water tags and 2 species tags in marine worlds, but I don't really see a game where we go for reptiles or sea animals here with these projects. So I would drop it here. Also on commercial harbor, we don't need any more sunbathing. So diversity is just a very good card. Could be the keep here. Victory column, round 1 is the best time to play it if you want to play it. I don't really like it. I usually don't take too much time in round 1 to play guided school tours and victory column. Yeah, but we have marketing sponsors, so could be a sponsor we just keep to snap up a sponsor from the river. Apart from that, we have the ibex, which is just a very good animal in itself. Doesn't fit any projects, but could also be worth keeping to have a nice animal to play early on. So I don't mind either. Probably with this action card, I would go for the victory column because we are settled with the Goriza as a first animal. Could go for Africa, could go for monkey uni and see if we can get to 5 monkeys even. But Africa round 2 for 2 CP would be a great start. Don't forget the end games. We have architectural and climbing park. So Ibex obviously very nice for climbing park. Yeah, it's really a toss up. I don't mind if you keep the Ibex because of the climbing park, but usually it's very hard to get more than 2 or 3 CP on this. Obviously architectural isn't that good anymore, if it ever was good, because the games in Marine Worlds have become faster and you don't have time to fill the map often. Diversity researcher obviously helps to navigate the map, but doesn't really help to fill the map if you start building over rocks and water spaces. So yeah, maybe I would keep the Ibex here because of climbing park. Hope to find some more rock animals. And that is indeed what Eager Giraffe keeps. So nice choices. Very juicy display. 2 animals, both double project. Another African monkey and an African predator. Side entrance in folder 1. I know most of the people don't like side entrance anymore. It was arguably the best card in the game in the early stages of Ark competitive play. And then it really dropped over time, even in the base game and now in Marine Worlds with faster games. You usually don't have time to upgrade build and take several build actions to fill the side entrance or, as I said, fill the map to get the 5 appeal endgame bonus. But in my last few games, I upgraded build quite a lot again. I don't know why, maybe it's just my play style, but it worked out for me. I'm back at 680 elo, as I said. And side entrance could be nice for that reason if you want to go upgrade build. But yeah, money is usually not the biggest issue on this map, so not sure if it's really worth it building an economy with side entrance. So we are second player. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So we are kind of dependent on the opponent's Assoc action, I wanted to say. But they took dupe Assoc. So note that even if they take Africa now, they can't block us from taking Africa. So it's kind of a, yeah, difficult thing with this action card. Because yes, you can't be blocked yourself, but you can't block the opponent as well. And this is often a strategic thing you want to do. So they can block us. They can't block us on Africa. So let's see what they start with. They start with a build action, free size. Oh, I thought, where did they build the free size? But of course, they are on Research Institute, so they have a spot here on the right side. So I will focus on Eager Giraffe's map because it's asymmetrical and only will comment a little bit on the opponent's moves. We start with a build action. Okay. Interesting enough. And we draw from the deck green sea turtle. So yeah, obviously we need a free size for the Gerisa. Could have started with guided school tours as well. And also I don't really see why we start here in the top left. You can start just down here at the bottom. It's a little bit closer to the harbor. But yeah, not a mistake. Opponent straight up builds the side entrance and discard a sponsor for money. Okay, I know I should be commenting on Eager Giraffe's gameplay, but that's an interesting spot for the side entrance. Immediately touches the Institute, obviously, but you have such a nice spot on this map here with these two hexes that give you the possibility to fill 5 hexes around the side entrance, and here you have only 1, 2, 3 hexes. So yeah, not the optimal placement, but maybe they need it for their first animal. But even then, you could argue just take another build action and build a single kiosk and save the potential for a great side entrance later. We do go ahead and take Africa. Just notice that we have slow animations or only fast. I'll go to very fast. I hope that's okay. And now the opponent takes the university and they start with primate uni. And they get a capuchin. So mind the pilfering. Now we play a sponsor card, guided school tours. Nice sponsor. And I hope we don't discard diversity researcher. And we don't do it. Opponent snaps the Sifaka. So they are probably aiming for 2 primates next round. And is there anything we want to snap? Caracal is obviously nice, but wouldn't be a snap for me here. Also not for Eager Giraffe. Sorry, I was too fast. We get Landscape Gardener, Primate Breeding, and European Pond Turtle. Landscape Gardener's discarded. I don't know why we're keeping the Pond Turtle here, or even the Green Sea Turtle. But Primate Breeding, pretty clutch draw. So our project round 2 just changed from to Africa to primate breeding. And we do clever here. Uh-huh. Okay. Clever build out of the way. We do have money left after we play the Gerisa. Could build for the Ibex if opponent doesn't do us the favor to advance the break. So not sure if it's worth the 2 money to get built out of the way here. And that's the problem with clever cards. I think you always think you have to do it because it's your special ability. But with the blue unupgraded side, it costs you 2 money in the early game, which can be really tough if you do it 2 or 3 times in the early game and lose 4 or 6 money because of that. So I tend to use it only after I upgrade it build, or if it's really just an obvious thing that I need to get one card out of the way. Opponent starts making his way to the uni here. So they did take an extra build action after all. We play the Gerisa and we get a clever that we don't use. So yeah, I think that 2 money for clevering down build really wasn't worth it. And they do play the Capuchin in the 2 size, of course. So maybe the change of plans for them. And we do get pilfered. We do have the money, and we don't want to give primate breeding, so probably just give them the money, yeah. Can they play a second animal because of that? They can't. They have the Sifaka in hand. I'm not sure how expensive it is. But yeah, now we can only make break 4 move. I would have probably changed the action order, get an X token, and let the opponent break, or if they don't, spend the X token to break, because now we only got 4 money, but the opponent gets to break anyway. Which they don't do. They take another uni, so they want an upgrade this round. Could be built for the side entrance. No, they upgrade a Soch. Okay. Also very interesting move. Okay, we take a cards action now, and we do have 5 cards in hand, no hand size uni, so we will discard a lot of cards. Definitely not the move that I would have made. As I said, I would have caused the break with sponsors 5 because I would have gone for an X token before. But even now, if I have sponsors at 1, I would have bite the bullet and caused the break with the sponsors 1 action. Obviously not the perfect thing to do, but you don't want 7 cards and discard 4. So not optimal. Yeah. And it was basically always clear what we want to keep. Primate breeding, no brainer. Ibex, just very good playable animal, and diversity researcher, good card in general. So now let's see, the opponent takes third university. They can take another species uni because of their special action card. So maybe that was the plan all the time. But yeah, also not a move you would see in highest level gameplay because you delay your upgrades. It's gonna be very hard to get 2 partner zoos to get your 4th upgrade basically. So I do this from time to time, but only if I'm 100% sure that I don't need this upgrade and that I have projects lined up till the end of the game. Then you can go for such a move. Let's see if it works for the opponent here, but it's an interesting move at least. And they have 2 primates, so they could have gone for the project. But obviously with the Sifaka in hand, they try to go for 5 primates, which is totally reasonable. But if you do this, you have to bear in mind that you are slower and behind in the early game usually, because your opponent's gonna try to get an early project, and with the income bonuses you usually take, it can snowball in a very fast game. And if you, I don't know, need 20 turns or 10 to 15 turns to get to 5 primates, the game might be close to over already. They get a polar bear exhibit, which is very nice, with sponsors at 5. And they do have a way to fit it somewhere here or here. And they get a donation because they upgraded a Soch. We have our primate breeding. Very, very good start. I would be very happy with that. We take an upgrade. Sponsors for diversity researcher. Build, often just the go-to upgrade for lower elo players. So I'm curious what Giraffe takes. They do upgrade sponsors and take 2 size bonus. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but very nice choice of things here. We do have the perfect 2 size for the Ibex, can play it before diversity to get some money out of it. We have the build action in our way now, but yeah, just build a 2 size manually or small aquarium here. Maybe even a petting zoo, I don't mind. We have 1 petting zoo here and one of the better ones, and connect to the harbor basically would be my next move. Opponent plays vet, so still polar bear exhibit in hand, and obviously proved me wrong, because now the third uni is very nice for more money for vet, and endgame already hit. And they discard a sponsor card. Hopefully not polar bear exhibit, because that's a very nice sponsor to have with predators here. Yeah, we build a 2 size manually, and take spokesperson. Not the biggest fan of this move. Spokesperson is really only viable for me in the starting hand if I see plans to get the upgrade round 1 and the worker at 8 rep very early on with other signs in hand, or obviously the signs unis. But at this point already, and it's still early game, I don't know. I know, don't get me wrong. I don't like it. I see no use for spokesperson here. We already have the sponsor we want to play this round, or even any time in the next rounds. Could also speed up the game a little bit here, because also bear in mind that the opponent has side entrance, and you usually want to break a lot against side entrance, because they will always have more money than you and can stay in the round longer than you. So you need to speed up the game, and if they end up with 150 money, we don't mind, because they will never be able to spend all the money. So opponent draws from the deck. Giraffe plays the Ibex. So we are at 4 out of 9 already. And for me, the next move would be break, because we don't have anything to do this round. Opponent didn't play animals yet. Spent his time building enclosures and playing sponsors. So even if we get some money back from diversity researcher, take a cards action, sell some cards. We don't really have something useful to do this round. So just get out of the round, start with a cards action next round, get another 2 size. And yeah, I think that's a mistake. As I said, break is just better here. Now the opponent gets time to play 2 animals, which is obviously very nice for points and income. And yeah, we can take a cards action now, but then after that, we don't have anything to do. We do draw from the deck, Sloth Bear, Predator Breeding, and Indian Peafowl. So yeah, Asia as a second partner zoo is very good and would be the default partner zoo anyway. Obviously, the opponent has polar bear exhibit, and it always hurts if you give them 2 appeal by playing a bear yourself. But yeah, if it helps your game plan, just do it. We also have 2 Africa lined up if we need it. Would be nice for 5 CP. So yeah, Peafowl can go. For me, it would still be spokesperson probably. But I mean, Giraffe had a reason to take it earlier. And now we have a suboptimal break 2 action, I thought. We're taking more time to play arcade. I'm not sure about that. I mean, yes, they have something to do, but it's not really great moves. And the opponent also happy to stay in the round, plays polar bear exhibit, and we build a free size now, so we want to play the sloth bear, which I totally understand. Also for predator breeding, very nice animal. And we get aquatic, not really good for us, but happy that the opponent doesn't get it. And finally we get a break. The opponent helps us and we discard aquatic. So yeah, I'm curious if the spokesperson will get played this game or if we keep it for the whole game, because usually you can find better cards. We build a 2 size down here. And we start probably with Asia. No, we support Africa. Okay, very nice. I like the move that we get to 5 CP here. And yeah, +1 hand size is not bad because we are planning to get another partner zoo. And unis will be very slow. But 10 money is just one of the best rewards, even on this map. But we decide to take snapping and +1 hand size for migration recording. I think the squirrel monkey is also very dangerous because the opponent already sits at 3 monkeys and they will go for 5, I think. And migration recording, yeah, I mean, it's a good card. It can be game winning, but for this game, I don't see why we need it right now. Or maybe we go hard on science with spokesperson and migration recording and they really want the rep engine. But I think that's the wrong game plan. If it is, we'll see. Oh, taco. Opponent builds a free size. And we played a sloth bear. And yeah, I wanted to say, usually left worker isn't recommended by top players. But at the beginning of this round, I thought it would be nice to have a second worker here. So obviously we couldn't take 2 CP worker anymore. But I think left worker would have been interesting here at least. Because we are about to get a boost for a Soch. And we want Asia Partner Zoo for the breeding program. So yeah, we took 5 money instead. And honestly, that's a huge mistake on Commercial Harbor because you can basically sell cards for free money all the time. So if you take snapping, you can either snap a shitty card and sell it for free money, which is not that bad compared to the 5 money here. And the upside is you get snapping for any good cards that appear after the break. So 5 money is a reward I rarely to never take on this map. We play the Sloth Bear. That's to appeal for the opponent, unfortunately. And we boost it up. We boost up a Soch without a worker. We are far from 8 rep. So maybe I'm missing something. I think the plan is to snap the taco and play it. This could work out if the opponent doesn't have a project and snaps it away. But that plan wouldn't have crossed my mind. Opponent plays Martin and gets a Eurasian brown bear. Very nice for the polar bear exhibit and very dangerous with the ×2. So basically our ×2 on the floor is neutralized by their ×2. The map is really half filled already, and this side entrance is painful to see. Oh my god. So they are really not trying to maximize their income with this side entrance. Instead, they're trying to save spaces for enclosures up here, because at least they could have tilted it a little bit upwards so they have more unique buildings next to the side entrance. But yeah, they really don't care. They just wanted to teleport to the Research Institute. So we do snap the taco. I'm happy that I found the line we went for here. But I'm curious what other players think about that, because I wouldn't have seen it. And yeah, I would have probably... Also, why didn't we just take snapping for taco? Was it already available when we did the project? I don't think so. We snapped migration recording with the 5 CP bonus, and then taco appeared. Okay, so we couldn't snap it right with Africa 2. But yeah, instead of 5 money, I would have taken left worker or snapping. Opponent breaks 4 before using the worker, so we can break away their worker. And I think we should. Because yeah, we can play taco and take a partner zoo. But again, after that, we're not gonna play animals this round. We're not really building anything. We have 2 empty 2 sizes. Don't know what we want to build for. So yeah, just break away their worker. Very punishing for them. And taco, if we want to play it, can wait. And we can start the next round with partner zoo. Obviously not the best with associate 5, but still, we can take partner zoo, then play spokesperson if we want, play migration recording, even play taco, and go into the next round. But we do play taco. I mean, yeah, probably one of the problem of lower elo players, and that's not disrespectful or by any means, just I want to point out mistakes, that's why I'm doing this, is that they make a game plan in their head and then go for it no matter what. And as you saw, after this break 4 move, my first thought was, they didn't spend their worker, we can break it away. So I think you have to be flexible in your mind, if you can say it like that, to change your plans. And even if we want to play taco, we don't have to do it this round. And it's better for us and worse for the opponent if we break. So opponent takes a partner zoo and donates. So not the best action for them as well. But they got to use their worker. And we take Africa, Asia, keep confusing it, which is very nice. And we upgrade cards. So I think it's just always very dangerous if you don't upgrade animals early on. Um, I've noticed that low rep games are, for some reason, harder to navigate in marine worlds, or at least for me. So I really went back to upgrade animals first 80% of the time. Sometimes sponsors if I have um, sponsors that need it. Yeah, rarely some other cards, but animals first is just a safe way to get that rep going. Cards is nice though on this map to get more cards and sell more cards. I don't think we've sold anything so far. So also beginner's mistake on this map. Don't hang on to your mediocre cards, just sell them and you'll get new opportunities to spend the money. But last comment, upgraded cards is obviously nice with clever cards. So we can trigger the break here. We draw from the deck and now we can get build out of the way. So that's nice at least. We have to discard one, but actually if I look at our hand, we can keep aquarium. We want to keep predator breeding, but the other three are not really worth keeping. Sponsorship watches the worst. So yeah. We get another 2 size. Ooh, and we're marketing. Hopefully the aquarium. No spokesperson. So aquarium would have given us 4 appeal and therefore more money, because if you do it during the break, your income rises during the break. But we play spokesperson. Actually not bad. We can play migration recording now and get the rep, upgrade animals, play animals from the river here. And yeah. But we already have 2 workers now, so we don't really need the third one. Because we only have 1 project so far. Opponent takes Europe. Okay. And we start with the project here. Why do we start with the project? Snapping for the badger? Ooh, snapping for the wolverine. Okay. That's surprising. I mean, it's good for the opponent. They do have a free size, so okay, I'll take it back. I think that's a reasonable move. I thought we want 2 size animals and take the badger instead. But yeah. Denying it from the opponent with the polar bear exhibit is nice as well. They play the brown bear, which is very early, I think, because they only have 1 worker. But they could go for 4 predators, take left worker, and yeah, I don't know, get another partner zoo. And they also have predator breeding and even primate breeding lined up if they want. We take a cards action. Okay. We take the badger. We discard aquarium. I mean, it's not as great as it is early, but it's still a nice sponsor that you can play with your marketing sponsor's action. And apart from that, I think it was a mistake to do a cards action in the first place here. You have animals at 5. You can play animals from the river directly. Maybe that's just an uh, maybe giraffe just overlooked it. But I would have played badger and monkey from range here. And we do clever back sponsors. Okay, looks like we're going for unis. Opponent has breeding cob. So 5 predators now. And we build a free size. So we want to play the Wolverine. Give the opponent 2 more appeal for the polar bear exhibit. I'm not sure about that. Why do we want to play the Wolverine? And why don't we play the monkey from row? It's a very good monkey. Play it. Opponent snaps predator management. Not so sure about that. They have 4 or even 5 predators lined up. They have monkeys lined up with their breeding cooperation, and they have the 2 breeding programs. So they don't need a management plan, I think. Yeah, we do delay our animals action even more. And get another worker from 8 rep. Take the first seal. We don't have room for it. The opponent could play it, but also at this point in the game, it's not really a dangerous animal anymore, I think. Oh, we start selling cards. Very nice. Very nice giraffe. And the opponent supports predators at 5. Gives them 10 money. And a donation for extra shift. Which is very nice. They can use it for their multiplier. And now they support primate breeding. So why didn't they support their management plan? I think they are overestimating how long the game is gonna last, because if they go for 5 monkeys and yeah, 1 more project, animals, they are close to crossing. And yeah, our end games, I always had them in the back of my mind, are not looking good. Actually, architecture is the key, probably because we can connect to all rock and water spaces, but it's not going to be more than 2 CP, and climbing park, yeah, is also 2 CP. Not really likely to give more than 2 CP, but let's see. We're going for climbing park. And finally, we do an animals action. We get posturing, which is very nice. Also very nice for architectural. But this kiosk, not really worth it. At this point in time, you have decent enough income with 26. You have upgraded sponsors for money, and you don't need a kiosk that gives a max of 2 income. Just take the appeal that the pavilion gives. And we play the badger and Wolverine. So we still don't play the monkey. And if we now boost up animals to 5, I think that was a mistake. We do. And yeah, we don't have money, so we want the break, basically. And yeah, if you want to do another animals action, then I'd always play the animals available in the river first, because the cards in hand you can always play later. But these might disappear. So yeah, really, really surprising that the monkey stays here all the time, because the opponent should be interested in it as well for 5 monkeys, but I guess they have their monkeys in hand. And now we take a cards action at 2. Take the bush baby. It's decent, but not really game changing. Jungle would have been very nice. We still have migration recording in play and the Garisa here, which we don't need anymore. Opponent placed Orcast from range. And we caused the break. Unfortunately, we don't have a sponsor to play with marketing sponsors. And sadly, the monkey disappears from folder 1. Snapping here, actually wolf with the pack synergy is not that bad, but jungles should be the snap here. Yeah, very nice. And 2 size here. Yeah, unfortunately we are not really close to the ×2 yet. So if the game speeds up a lot, we might have trouble to get there. And we draw the wolf. Yeah, it's okay. I think the opponent has other plans. They build a 5 size. So not sure if they wanted the wolf, but it's okay. They take the Taipan. And we go ahead with animals action. Stowed, so now we're at 4 predators as well. And we get a mandrill. Very happy that the opponent doesn't have the mandrill. I actually thought about it because they have the 5 size here. And we play the bush baby. Yeah, it's okay. Unfortunately, we don't have really juicy animals here. I would have thought about the barn owl here because, as I already said, if you have animals available on the river, it's always nice to play them. And Perception 4 could have been useful here because we need some animals that give more points than these small ones. Opponent plays an African elephant, unfortunately, after we already played the bush baby. But yeah, they are not going for 5 primates. We had so many primates here on display. I'm really surprised. I like this move. We take 4 predators and take the second uni this way, which helps us with the last upgrade. Which is built. At least we are closer to the ×2 now. Oh, we don't need upgraded build for that, by the way, because we have diversity researcher. So we were close all the time. Opponent now plays the management plan, gets some nice rep for it. Also blocks us from doing the project for rep. We take a cards action now. Baboon Rock, Tarsier. Really a lot of monkeys this game. But unfortunately we don't get any juicy animals. But yeah, I mean 7 appeal for Boa is good. Baboon Rock goes. I understand that it doesn't look great at this point in time, but I think, Giraffe, addressing you directly now, you forgot about marketing sponsors the whole game. You always want to keep some sponsors in hand. So if you break, you can play the Baboon Rock for 2 appeal. That's 2 appeal you miss out on now. We sell the wolf. And we don't clever. So curious what we're building now. We're building a 5 size for Mandrill, maybe? Maybe we want to play a Tarsier plus Mandrill. Or we want to play First Seal because, no, we don't want to play First Seal. Never mind. And the opponent breaks. Yeah, that's what I expected. They have nothing left to do in this round. And they have a point lead now, and I'm still expecting them to go for 5 primates. So yeah, in Giraffe's position, I would be scared. Koala, very nice animal, but we don't have the fitting enclosure. So I would go for ×2 here now, and they do. But what do we ×2 here? I mean, we have jungle, we have 2 primates, but we also could go for animals here. They do go for animals. Play Tarsier. I mean, unfortunately, the Constrictor is... I think I would have delayed this move because opponent is gonna get animals and a Soch to 4 and 5 probably. And these are the 2 actions you want to constrict. So I understand the reasoning. We are getting scared. They have a lot of points. But now the boa only constricts cards, which won't be too bad for the opponent, I think. But yeah, I mean, our position is still good. We are at 82 points and we have a jungle coming up. Oh, never mind. We have 5 monkeys coming up now because of the Tarsier and the Mandrill. Opponent takes time to play a Barn Owl. Not really scary. And an Octopus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the opponent's really has really interesting gameplay here. They are 3 primates for the whole game, basically. And I said earlier, if you don't support it at 2, it can take a very long time to get to 5. And as you can see, the game is 2 or 3 moves away from ending, and they still haven't supported primates. So now we have primates. Unfortunately, only gets us to 97 points. We don't have an animals action lined up. We don't have a sponsor lined up. So yeah. Actually, that baboon rock would have won you the game, Giraffe, by now, because you could have marketed it at some point for sure. It would have given you a lot of points with Tarsier and Mandrill. But yeah, right now we're just releasing probably Mandrill, right? That's 9 points, and Garisa is also 9 points. So yeah, doesn't make a difference. We're probably just releasing, taking last worker. So yeah, I would still be decently sure to win this game. The opponent won't fill map, I think. They can't break. They don't have 5 primates. What are they going to do? Playing Science Museum. Very late to play Science Museum. And we just cross with a jungle, which is very nice. So I like this cross. I like the position. Let's look at endgames, because obviously if you trigger the end of the game, you have to be aware of the endgames. We do have Taco. We have nothing from Diversity Researcher because we don't have any water tag. Less appeal, probably not. If they don't release something now. And Guided School Tours is fulfilled, but unfortunately Climbing Park only 2 CP. The opponent doesn't have polar bear exhibit. Could play sun bear though. Don't have side entrance. They have vet, and they probably get breeding cooperation. But still, they have a big point deficit they have to chase now. Forget about vet. Very bad move. Minus 50 elo directly. And they have a research project with a donation. So yeah. Ooh, I forgot about the second endgame from elephant. So yeah, giraffe loses by 3. That's why they sent me the game, because they wanted obviously to improve here. They asked specifically about the end game, and I think the end game wasn't bad. I think ending the game with 2 projects crossing for 110 points is nice, and the cross was fast enough to make you think that you can win the game, and it was very close after all. So yeah, the opponent just very lucky, I want to say, with a research project, research and accessible zoo. So only 1 less CP in the end games here, and you win, because on tiebreakers you have 1 more project supported. So very, very tough loss, I think. Yeah, as I said, the boa constrictor timing wasn't perfect, but not game losing. Don't get me wrong. The last 2 projects, sniping primates away from them, I didn't think that was possible anymore. And the release, also very nice with migration recording. That's why this card can pay off even in the last move of the game. But yeah, I hope I pointed out some mistakes during the game. I think they cost you in the end, because most of the time it's not one big mistake you make in your last few moves. Most of the time it stacks up throughout the game that you make some minor mistakes, and I still have a lot of small mistakes in every game I play. But yeah, these small moves I pointed out, like not breaking away their worker and so on, might have lost you the game, because it could have been a little faster if you yeah, just went for moves like that. It's sometimes counterintuitive, because you have a sponsor you want to play in hand. Why would I break here? But sometimes you can play that sponsor 1 or 2 rounds later. Maybe you don't need it anymore at some point, and just win the game with projects and animals that keep coming to you. But yeah, also pointed out some mistakes by the opponent, I think. Maybe that was helpful as well. I think they did you a favor by not supporting primates at 2 and waiting for 5 primates, which they never achieved, although there was a squirrel monkey in Folder 1 all the time. And they had the breeding cooperation here ready to help get it done. But yeah, they still won. You lost by 3. Very unfortunate, but I saw some very nice moves. I hope I pointed them out too. And I think you can improve easily to 400 elo like your opponent here. Keep it up, and I hope you liked the video. Bye, guys.